Okay, so I've finished design 1 and design 2. This one is an interesting issue. So I'm in Illustrator and I want to show you something. First of all, let me show you some quick button keys. If I just mouse over and I'm not mousing down, I notice the selection tool, there's a quick button that says B. The direction selection tool is A. The pen tool is P. So check this out. I'm going to select this and just to make life easier, I'm going to go to the text tool. So let's say I want to work on design 3. So I've unlocked design 3 and I'm working on that layer. And now I want to select this. So I'm going to press V and oh look, it just grabbed it automatically for me. I'm going to click on that. Now I want the direct selection tool. That's the white arrow, so I'm going to hit A. And if you look, instead of me getting many anchor points to create this, it's just an anchor point here, anchor point here, anchor point here. You get the idea. Let me explain what's happening here. So if I select this, I can make the handles appear. And what's basically happening here is when I drew this out, I started here, I came up, and I dragged, but then I did something wacky with the handles. This handle is controlling this part of the curve, and this handle is controlling this part of the curve, and they're going the wrong way. Let me show you. If I just reverse the order, do you see how that alters where the handle's going? And if the handle points up, it makes the curve go up. If the handle points down, it makes the curve go down. And the longer the handle is, the more crazy it gets. Typically, in most of my designs, I don't usually have a very long handle. So now if I come over here, again, I still have a knot. So I'm going to take those handles, and again, I'm using the direct selection tool, and I'm going to change the direction because this handle is controlling this curve, and this handle is controlling the other. So I'm going to get rid of that knot, and there it is. And again, same deal. So I'm going to take these handles and convert them. And already I feel like I have a much better control over curves like that. I can think of a few reasons why you want to loop-de-loop, but most of the time when you're drawing, if you're trying to get a straight outline of something with a curve, you generally don't want these wacky knots, okay? So let's straighten that out. Now when it comes down here, let's say I have this and I wanted these actually to be curves. Let me show you how to do that. If you mouse down on the pen tool and click on this little arrow, you get a tear off. There it is. So that's the pen tool. This is the add anchor point tool. We'll get to that in a minute. Delete anchor point tool and the convert anchor point tool. This is what we're going to focus on right now. What this does is it takes either a path that has handles and converts it back into something like this where it's straight edges, or it can take a straight edge path and it converts it into that. So I'm going to come over to the anchor point, hover over until I see anchor point, and I want to drag, again, I'm going in this direction, I want to drag to the left. And the reason why is because then my handles look like this. If I drag to the right, so I'll show you, I'm going to drag this way. So I'll drag the wrong way, which is this way. So I'm going to mouse down and drag. See, I get a knot. But if I drag it this way, problem solved. There we go. So not rocket science here, but it definitely takes some getting used to. So I just want you to understand what's happening when you're working with these handles, what's happening there. So fix those handle knots and convert those anchor points. And I highly recommend getting used to using a tear-off like this. And by the way, there are many tear-offs here for many different options. So depending on what it is that you're doing, you might find that these will save you some time in terms of working with your design.